Sometimes he chooses this. It's probably not a great choice, but this knee is going to go behind me, okay? When the knee goes behind me, there is no leg weave. We could have got here because I try to leg weave and he pushes that knee behind. Guys, you probably can't even reach your partner's bottom knee here. It doesn't matter if you guys can't see this because it's not so relevant. Most important thing is that this arm comes out and goes to his hip now, okay? The reason I talked about the leg weave though, to spin you guys around this way. Remember in the leg weave, and I spoke about it, anytime you're passing the half guard, you don't want your partner's bottom leg to come out. My right hand is stopping that. Look, if he pushes, now my right hand's not stopping that, and this knee or this foot is going to come out and block you. So we're going to go for the leg weave, and as we try to leg weave him, he's going to push that knee behind. This is a good strategy not to just push it behind and then that's the end of the fight. But if this was half guard class, maybe you follow that with an underhook as well, Karen. This is a nice way for him to counter these types of moves. In this position then, I am going to, instead of using my hands to block his knee, let's watch my left knee. So I'm in here trying to leg weave him, he pushes it past, my left knee comes around the corner and tries to get in as close as I can to his hip. And look where this hand went, autopilot up near his head, okay? Without looking, I need to get his head, and that might mean if he blocks me, circle, get his head. The part of your reach for the head is expecting them to block, and part of them blocking is you coming around it straight away. Him blocking is only a problem if you leave him on the block for a long time. So here, push, gotcha, and I'm just going to hold as close as I can to your head here. If I could have got even better, I would have done that. And you'll notice every time I do it, I'm making a grip on my partner here. Okay, now, let's think about the legs, right? So I'm going to squeeze my knees together so that he really can't take that leg out. I'm going to try to bring his legs more in front of him, and then I'm going to try to sit into the space. Okay, I actually wanted, I'm just going to grab this bottle here real quick, because I wanted to show you guys this analogy that I really think is going to save you. Spin around this way. It actually wasn't meant to be water in this, so hopefully this doesn't burst. But you guys have to you guys have to crush something like that bottle, right? You can imagine that I'm crushing that bottle the whole time. Think about how I'm not crushing it now. There must be none of this during this technique, okay? I can even come around when some of you guys are practicing, and I'm gonna put my hand between you guys, and you have to crush the hand here. So I'm using a bit of bicep here, I'm using a bit of head pressure, and I'm getting my bum backwards, okay? Trying to leg weave him, can't, push his past, boom. Into this position, walk his legs and sit down. I'm looking at the floor here. I'm not looking at his head. I'm not really looking at his legs. I'm just looking at the floor in front to help keep my head here. This hand, elbow, is going to get my knee free. And in order to get your knee free, sorry Carol. In order to get your knee free, you want to have your knee high up in the air. If my knee is down low like this, it's really hard to get it free. So I want you to walk your heel close to your butt. Sometimes you can actually just grab your own foot and pull it close to the butt like this, and this makes this step super easy. They're not going to let you out here for free, so it should be hard to take your big foot out now. You always take your knee out first. What we're going to do here, head forwards, crushing the bottle, remember. You're going to move your butt back. Watch my left knee comes inside here, okay? My right hand is controlling Carol's top leg. When I bring my left knee in, I'm thinking about using my foot and my ankle and my shin to block his bottom leg. I'm going to do a move where I pull his legs towards me, and I want his top leg to come an inch or two more than his bottom leg. If I don't have my left leg in here, when I pull on Carol's legs, he can bring both of his legs towards our heads. If I block with my left knee here, he can only bring the top one, and I'm going to step out in that time. As soon as I step my leg out of the half guard, I'm going to stamp it on the floor. An important move here, because we don't have an underhook. And if he's wise, he's going to take the underhook as I try to come up on the top. We know we don't have the underhook, so as I get out, I'm going to circle back between me and him, and I'm going to block the floor between me and him. No underhook escape for him now. I'm going to get to my knees, and maybe now I'll try to take my own underhook back. He pushes that behind, boom. Control the hip, control the head, crush that bottle, keep it crushed, get your knee out. Keep it crushed, put your other knee in, keep it crushed. Get to the side control. Getting good at this pass, and I think I'm okay at this pass, one of my favourite ones, but getting good at this pass taught me so much about controlling someone in the half guard and made me confident to use lots of different techniques to pass the half guard. Connect to the head, pressure, crush that bottle, free your knee, free your foot, And don't forget that you don't have the underhook, so stamp on the floor and scoop both their legs, okay? Let's go, 1, 2, 3. Most important thing in that one, two most important things in that one, that you have the head control, number one, and if this was a half guard bottom class, most important thing, don't let them control your head. This is my favorite position to play on the bottom as well, these half guards. And I know from my experience on the top how much I want to grab the head and how confident I feel that I'm going to be able to make my next pass if I have the head grip. So on the bottom, I'm going to let them have the head grip. You must try to fight, must try to fight. And I have trained with lots of people who like the half guard and they let you grab their head, and they're just not used to people doing that, I don't think. We must know that this is a crucial part of the fight for both people, okay? We're making sure that we get that head grip. I compare it to if you're going rock climbing and you're going to do one of those big mountains where you have to like clip yourself in and then you climb another bit and you clip yourself in. This grip on the head is the clip. When I'm starting on Carol in the half guard, initially I'm around his legs, yes? And if you think about the spot on the floor where his legs are, right now it's kind of hard for him to change that because I'm very much around his legs. But he could, if he wants, move his head around lots. So he can put his head in all these different places. You must, when you get the head control here, now not let your partner move that head around very much. And now we will go to that control. Now I'm just fucking wiggling around and I'm trying to, obviously I'm doing a bit more than just wiggling around, right? But you can kind of simplify it like that. Now you're just figuring out some way to get your leg out, but you have this control. You know where you're going to. So important. Too many of us and too many people that you'll fight against when you're on the bottom are just going to think about just get around your legs. You can move your head and put it in a different spot. You can put it closer to me, further from me. You could twist all of these things until I grab it. But here's me already grabbing it, so make sure we don't forget that, okay? Keep your partner a little bit flat as well if you can, or certainly towards flat like this. And I'm feeling, it kind of feels like my belly button and my chest, the space between. It's a little bit lower than my chest, it's a little bit higher than my belly button. This is kind of where I feel the most connection between my partner. Important to realize as well that right now he's kind of chilling and so am I. But if he makes big efforts to try to get up on top of you, you have to close your head, you have to push everything back down this way. Hey, let's get our knee out the same way. And now I have just a situation where just my foot is stuck. I have a really nice little secret plan that hopefully my partner doesn't know about to get my foot out, and it involves me kind of leaning back a little bit like this. So now I'm not crushing that bottle. I would only do this at the end of the move when I have everything set up. Just my foot is stuck, can't get it out, he's squeezing too tight. Right, a little lean back, okay? Two types of people here. One person is just gonna try to do like a bridge on you in this position, and you can try, you can't do a strong bridge here without opening your feet. And when he opens his feet, I take my leg out and look at my head straight back in. My head was back and my feet were forwards here. As soon as he opens, reverse that, and this foot is pushing you guys here. What did we learn in the last one though? That we don't have underhook, so we can't just come to normal side control. We've got to take our leg out, stamp, get both of his legs here, and come on the top, okay? So we're starting to lean back a little bit now because we can't get our foot out. Person number two, they don't try to get up on top, but I lean back when he puts underhook. Look at that space for him to put the underhook. Now, he's probably not gonna have to do a bridge. Now he can just do like a twist of his knees. Look, and he's basically on top of me here already because of this underhook. I know this though, you guys know this, we're practicing this, so go back. He puts the underhook here, and you put your own underhook then. You didn't have an underhook a minute ago. As soon as we get the underhook, I just take my ass off the floor and I put my two knees on the ground, where my ass was. I'm gonna do a knee slide now, I can adjust, take myself out to the side, and I'm gonna pop my foot through, okay? So exact same setup. You guys can just, another way to get into this position, stay in the knee shield, don't do your leg weave, stay in the knee shield, two hands, physically move it, take everything here. On your side, turn, you don't have an underhook, lean back, boom, now you do. You have to beat him on that. If you don't beat him on that, you messed up. Quickly, two knees on the floor, take your time now. Now it's quite easy to kick and get yourself into the side control, okay? If anyone has any questions, let's chat about that as we come around. We're going from the half guard to free our knee, so just our foot is stuck, you call that a quarter guard, and from the quarter guard, underhook, knee cut. Got it? 1, 2, 3. So this is the last